You are now watching Zach Lesage, the best place to learn about competitive Pokemon TCG. Let's get it! Yo, what's poppin' peeps? Welcome back to the channel. Zach Lesage here. Word up. Today we are going to be covering over Single Strike Urshifu VMAX. Now, Stefan Ivanov was able to win the large 500 plus player Celiostats event with this deck. So I know I covered Umbreon earlier on this week and I was like, I don't think the deck needs Single Strike. I might have been wrong there, so we're going to see exactly how this deck works out in this video. Stay tuned for the deck list, gameplay, and more. The deck list is in the description. Again, Stefan's pretty much exact list. I changed a few cards, but shout out to Stefan Ivanov. So you can copy the list from the description right there. While you're there, check out some stuff. Maybe pick up a playmat from your playmat. All that stuff does help support the channel. Give this video a like. It does boost the YouTube algorithm and really helps me as a content creator. Subscribe to the channel. We can get to 5,700. We're almost there. Every subscriber counts. And yeah, let me know in the comments below. Do you like this deck? Or do you like the Umbreon deck better? Let's spark a discussion. I'm going to be active in the comments. I'm always active in the comments, so word. That being said, let's jump into this deck list and see exactly what we got going on. So jumping into this deck list, we're going to be looking over at the Single Strike Urshifu VMAX. Gmax one blow does 270 and it goes through everything. So if you play against one of those Zamazenta Vs or a Decidueye, Gmax one blow can go through everything while doing a lot of damage. You got to think Single Strike energy boosts that damage up quite a bit. So this is what the deck list looks like, and it's basically half Single Strike Urshifu, half Umbreon VMAX. Umbreon VMAX allows you to gust things up with Dark Signal, allows you to be part Dark type deck. You can power up a Dark Max Darkness really quickly with Houndour's Single Strike Roar, getting those Single Strike energies, and really allowing yourself to attack with a Single Strike Urshifu VMAX. Gmax one blow, allowing yourself to be like fighting type, or you can even attack with beatdown. This gives yourself some like options if you play against an Eternatus deck, or if you play against anything like that. It's one of those things where you're probably okay against any deck that's weak to fighting or any deck that's weak to dark. So having that kind of dual type power, opportunities, gust seems really good. You can get your energies back with Urn of Vitality. You can get your Pokemon out with Capture Energy. You have a lot of really good things going on in this deck. And just being able to accelerate energies, do extra damage, and be dual typed is just a really good combination. So Stefan was able to win the Celiostats event with this deck, besting 500 other players. It's one of those things where we're going to see how this deck works in some gameplay and really push the limits of what this deck can offer. So we're going to call the coin flip here, and we lost the coin flip. So I don't think we're going to get a chance to go first, because in the post-rotation format, most players want to go first with their decks. Our hand here is not bad at all, and I think it's usually better to start off with your main attacker, because Houndoom or Houndour evolving into a Houndoom is really the backbone of your deck. Now, if you are going second, there's really no point of putting anything down, because your opponent can't Marnie you on their first turn. Reset Stamp is gone. It doesn't really seem like there's any shuffle effect that they could do on your hand on the first turn. And as the format evolves, it's something that we could potentially look into. Now, this means that we should be able to go through the GLACEON VMAX deck. This actually seems fine. So we're probably going to focus on a Single Strike Urshifu VMAX strategy. The reason why we're playing this kind of strategy is because GLACEON VMAX does have an attack, or it does have an ability that stops VMAX Pokemon from attacking it. We will be able to get through it with our Single Strike Urshifu VMAX one blow attack. So that's kind of where I'm at. In other matchups, we might want to use Umbreon if we're playing against like a Shadow Rider or a Dragapult deck. Maybe we want to use this against an Eternatus deck. But it's one of those things where we'll see what's going on. So they're just going ahead and retreating. I'm completely fine with this right now. Quick Ball, if I were to ever Quick Ball something away, I think I'd probably want to Quick Ball away an Umbreon VMAX. I think that sounds like a fair card takeaway. Just because we won't need too many, and if we have any other copies, yeah, we have 2 other copies. We just want to grab a Houndour and get as many Houndour set up as possible. So let's go Houndour it up. I think we're gonna leave our active to kind of just get stranded there. So let's go for Air Balloon here. We're gonna go Tower of Darkness. I'm actually gonna leave the Evolution Incense in my hand because it might be valuable for next turn. We're gonna go Crobat here, see what we can get. It's not terrible. we probably want a second one down. So I don't see a reason why not to have that down. I think we really want another single strike V. Before we do anything else, I'm going to go ahead and Tower of Darkness away a Tower of Darkness. I could go Capture Energy, but I still might want to go Laser Focus. So here we're able to actually get down this. We can get down an Umbreon V to bring up whoever we want. I think that might be interesting. So let's go Umbreon V. Let's go Capture Energy onto this Pokemon. I don't think our opponent's necessarily going to be doing a whole bunch of damage. And I think we're in a generally pretty good spot to bring up and knock out next turn. Because if you look at it, it's going to take 3 Fighting Energies. We'll be able to get those off of our Houndooms. We do have access to those energies off our Single Strike energies. We do have access to Urn of Vitalities. So we should be chilling. Let's grab out this Houndour. So basically the only thing that's stopping us is the Crobat in our hand. But so far so good. We're just going to go ahead here and pass because we have Evolution Incense to grab out a Houndoom next turn or a Single Strike Urshifu. So we already have some of the pieces that are necessary. And our goal really is just to get as built up as possible, recycle our energies to knock out our opponent's VMAX Pokemon. We only need to go through 2 of them, so we should be in a good spot. If they're not able to attack with Max Icicle, we have a good chance of just like going through them before they ever get set up. Now with that Capacious Bucket, it looks like they will be able to get set up. I always double check because I always forget Glaceon's a Single Strike. Some of these are Single Strike or Rapid Strike, and just trying to figure out exactly what's going on with some of the evolutions. So yeah, they should be able to get it, but our goal is really knock out this, knock out that, and we should be good. We could also alternatively knock out things around our opponent's board. If it gets to a point where we do not have enough Single Strike Urshifu VMAX to make the whole deck work here. But I think we should be able to go after it. We also have enough V Pokemon that can get through Crystal Veil. So this, even a Moonlight Blade can do a decent bit of damage, or Impact Blow can do a decent bit of damage. Some lists of this do play Single Strike, the scroll that does all the extra damage counters like an Outrage attack. So that might be interesting. Our opponent, great setup, by the way, so far. I haven't seen the Frostmoth version of this deck. I don't necessarily know if I like that version of the deck so much, but it is getting set up very well. And it's cool to play against one of the new VMAX. One thing about Evolving Skies in our post-rotation format, Evolving Skies seems like it's a much more impactful set than we've seen before, which is exciting. Just exciting in general. Now we'll see if our opponent tries to attack us this turn, or if they're going to be getting off, just like getting set up and trying to build up a gigantic board states. I honestly can't tell how they're going to try to react to this situation. Will they? Okay, so they are going to be able to attack us first. That's fine. So yeah, they're going to be doing 150 and 30 damage to one of our Pokemon. Probably a Houndour. I think they're probably going to attack into a Houndour at least. Yeah. Cool. So we'll evolve that Houndour first. And that's not really a piece that we're looking for. So let's go for an Evolution Incense and start off with some of the pieces that we are looking for. We still have this. So let's go for a Houndoom. We need to get Evolution Incense, Houndooms, things like that. So let's evolve here. Really nothing, like, the thing that I'm worried about is if we end up losing a Single Strike Urshifu V and getting another one, we could be in an incredibly difficult spot. So I think I'm going to go ahead and go Single Strike Roar on the active to try to thin out a Single Strike energy. If worse comes to worse, we might be able to attack with Impact Blow, so it wouldn't be the end of the world. Let's go ahead here and research first. There is an argument to use Tower of Waters, but we would potentially be losing our other Single Strike Urshifu V. So let's see if we got some of the cards that we're looking for. We are a little bit behind. We need to get a VMAX, essentially. So let's go ahead here and Quick Ball away, Capture Energy. So we are going to lose a lot of energies. Let's grab this. If worst comes to worst, we can attack with the single strike Urshifu V. So I am going to try to thin out another single strike energy. So we will be able to get the knockout if we get an Urshifu VMAX. Because we can manually attach this energy for our turn. We are going to pitch this Umbreon V, and if we get it, we are not going to get it. So we're going to have to actually attack here. For 180. It's going to be slightly different than what we want, but that's okay. That's fine. We're just going to go ahead and go impact blow for 220 damage. There's no point of us like retreating or anything because they would just knock us out. So I mean, having a backup plan here was like okay. We could also maybe get the knockout with a Houndour to try to change up the prize card. So depending on what our opponent does here, we could be good, but right now like we're in a little bit of an awkward spot. I do think they have another evolution incense in their hand, which means they could grab out an Inteleon. They could start doing quick shooting or a shady dealings or something. It depends on what they have in their deck. So right now it's was a tough miss because we would have been able to get the knockouts and these energies would have been gone no matter what. But we can still always get set up again, and we do have Earn a Vitality to get back our energies. So as long as our opponent doesn't go like boss's orders and knocks out 3 Pokemon, I think we're in a pretty good spot here. If they only knock out the 1 Pokemon, I'm okay with it. If that makes any sense, right? Like we kind of gotta look at it like that. The damage that we also put on with Single Strike Roar can be a little bit awkward if we are attacking with our V Pokemon. But it does look like they are going to bring up likely this Houndour and knock out both of them. Maybe they'll knock out like the Umbreon V or try to hit into the Umbreon V. But that might be their own kind of thing. We'll have to see. The Training Court could be nice, but we only really have that basic fighting in play. So right now, I think we're vibing. Are they could also retreat here. Retreating here would actually be the scariest thing for us. So they're gonna bring up the Umbreon and try to. So they're gonna hit that. Okay, it's awkward. Okay, cool. So we gotta get kind of set up and start again from scratch this turn. Now, we're going to go for Earn a Vitality, get back to our 2 energies. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and play, I think we're going to go ahead and Marnie. I think that's probably the best way that we can do anything this turn. We can't get the knockout with GLACEON VMAX, on the GLACEON VMAX. We could go with Moonlight Blade. I mean, that wouldn't be terrible, but first and foremost, we want to go Marty because we might have better ways to make this all happen. Okay, now, reasonably, this is not the worst thing that could have happened here. We do have a Capture Energy, so Capture Energy is going to allow us to grab out a Single Strike Urshifu V. We could power up the Urshifu V. I think that sounds fine. We could also power up this and attack with Moonlight Blade. So we're going to go Single Strike Roar. Power this up so we do have enough for the Moonlight Blade. We're going, that puts it to 30. So they can't take triple prize cards as far as I'm concerned. We're going to start powering up this Pokemon because they can only do 150 as far as I'm concerned. Maybe 170. So let's go for an Evolution Incense. Grabbing out another Houndour. And we're just trying to get this set up for the following turn. So let's go for Single Strike Roar. We're going to put that there. No point of doing this because, again, we have to watch out for our ability. And let's go for Moonlight Blade. I think that sounds like the big thing to be dealing with because we are going to be able to take some prize cards here. 3 prize cards, in fact. And as long as our opponent doesn't kind of take all their prize cards, we're kind of in a really good spot. I know that sounds really vague, but we basically need to have access to an Earn a Vitality next turn to win, as far as I'm concerned Now, there are ways that they could win. Maybe they could attack with the Suicune and put us in a disadvantageous position. It all depends on what they have in their hands. They might not even have the energy necessary. I don't know if they have another Shady Dealings. Okay, so there's a quick shooting. The quick shooting can add things up a little bit, but it depends on what the last card in their hand is. Currently, they don't have the energy. Okay, they do have the energy with the training cords. I don't know if they have a supporter in their hand or not. Oh, they're going Ice Dance. Okay. So, I mean, I think it would have been much better to attack with the GLACEON VMAX, but maybe they're trying to go after with the Suicune play. I mean, we can knock out a Suicune, I'll put it like that. Now, depending on what they have going on here, they might have missed the energy to attack with either, which is best case scenario for us, because I think that gives us win on board. Other than that, I mean, I think we're just trying to knock out this GLACEON VMAX with Single Strike Urshifu VMAX, GMAX 1 blow next turn. So really trying to push the play one turn further, or a couple turns behind than what we had a few turns back. I mean, we still have access to this Umbreon V that can attack for 180, but again, I'm unsure of what our opponent's looking to do here. They can evolve into a Drizzile, so the amount of cards that they have in their hand would really like get directly impacted with what we could potentially do here. If they did greedily go for the Ice Dance play on this Pokemon and can't complete, it might just give us kind of the game. Yeah, looks like they missed. And we are able to retreat and get 1 energy. So we're actually only 1 single strike energy away from getting here. We could also go ahead and maybe just knock something out for 180. So yeah, I think we actually just took the game here. And I'll show you exactly how. So we're going to go ahead and retreat. This is a great play, by the way. So we're going to retreat into the Single Strike Urshifu V. We're going to discard the Fighting and the Single Strike energy. We can get back the energy with Training Court here. We can go ahead and go Earn a Vitality, get that energy back there. We have this Pokemon that we can now evolve into to get through their Glaceon. Attach. Since we earn a Vitality, we do have our last energy available in our deck. And we are able to attach it to the Single Strike Urshifu VMAX. And now we're able to use our Umbreon. And Umbreon allows us to bring up their Glaceon to take the game from our opponent. So we can just go Gmax 1 blow, plus the extra 60. It's going to do 330. And we're going to be able to take this game from our opponents. Absolutely crazy turn. We take those. So we're going to call the coin flip here. And yo, we won the coin flip. Let's go. Yes, we would like to go first here. So going first post rotation, absolutely busted. Our hand here is not insane, but we have options at least. And I mean, we have supporters for next turn. So hopefully we could top deck like a Houndour. Houndour would make everything a lot better. Not having access to Houndour makes it really awkward. But we'll see exactly what we can do. Okay, cool. So no Houndour, no nothing. I don't necessarily want to evolve or do anything else like that. I'm just going to go ahead here and pass. And depending on what our opponent plays down is how we're going to play this matchup out. If it's a Dragapult deck, we're going to go against them with Umbreon if possible. And if they're playing, I don't know, depending on whatever they're playing, right? We really gotta take that into account and understand what's going on. Looks like they're just grabbing out Sobbles. Oh geez, yeah, we'll totally take that. Their hand does not look like there's much. They probably have access to Drizzile if they have access to Level Ball, so we do want to keep that in mind. Maybe we'll just go Evolution Incense and search for our deck. We have our Single Strike Urshifu V. So let's get that set up so we can maybe start attacking with it. We can look to see where our energies are, but we do have access to Houndours, Houndooms, all that great stuff, so go like this. Do I care about losing this entire hand? Probably not. We're going to attach that there because we're going to pitch anyways. I'd rather not Marnie and then get nothing. I'd much rather have a decent shot of winning this game. So we're going to go ahead and quick ball away a Tower of Darkness. I think that sounds like a great idea to get another Houndour out. Or maybe even getting a Crobat down, because we could go Tower of Darkness, attach. Yeah, let's go Crobat here. I think that's going to put us in a much more advantageous position. Umbreon, Tower of Darkness, attach, and now we can attack use Crobat to draw some more cards here. So I feel a lot better with this kind of setup. I could go for like another let's pitch this Umbreon, but I'm unsure of what our opponent's playing, and I might want to have the Umbreon available to us. So I think we're just going to go ahead here. We can't really do too much. We're just going to pass. But we can start just doing beatdown or whatever Pokemon they put down, because most Inteleon decks are paired with some kind of Pokemon V or VMAX deck. We could just bring them up and knock them out. And that's really where our game plan is going to begin in this game. We don't want to use like Gmax One Blow against a bunch of single prize card Pokemon, but we can just go beat down and really beat down on our opponents. So I think that sounds like a good call from us. Now, depending on what our opponent has set up here, we might just see a concession from them. I'm honestly not sure. It seems like they're making a really tough call, or they're just waiting to see what's going on. Okay, so they're going to go for Drizzile, and I'm sure they're like, do we evolve the active? Do we evolve the bench? And those are things that you want to be thinking about while you play. And yeah, Quick Ball's interesting. Maybe they do have a supporter in their hand, and they're just Quick Ball is really the magical card that glues things together. Whatever they bring down, we're either going to bring it up with Umbreon VMAX and try to just knock it out, leaving them just with their support. And you really can't do too much as an Umbreon deck, or as a, Drizzile deck or Inteleon deck, against a deck that knocks out everything around it. They won't ever meet our damage output this game, if we're able to isolate all their things before it eventually gets set up. And yeah, they're just, seems like they're just like doing a lot of thinking. So we'll see exactly what they do with the Quick Ball. What are they pitching away? Inteleon. Okay, so we're playing against a Rapid Strike deck. Cool. So we have some ways to maybe attack into that Rapid Strike Urshifu V. We could just go Gmax One Blow on him. That might not be the worst. Maybe they're going to hit us for 30. Okay, maybe they'll play a supporter card here. I think that's really what we're waiting for, is are they going to play a supporter card or not? Oh, they're going to go boss. The boss isn't really going to matter either. We have access to maybe knocking out their Crobats. I'd almost like to get set up and attack into their Crobats first with beatdown, and then attack into their Urshifu VMAX with One Blow, and then knock out one of these with another Umbreon of some sort. So I think that sounds like a cool idea, and I think that's what we're going to try to implement in this game. So a little bit of a backwards kind of game. They might draw some multiple prize card turns, but that's fine. Really good setup for them this turn compared to the first turn. But that's okay. We'll see what's going on there. Now, I don't know what's the other card that they're really looking for here. Maybe just another, the Galarian Moltres. Got it. I don't think that necessarily helps out too much in this particular matchup, but I could be wrong there. They can maybe get some of their energies out. Okay, so they're just going to go ahead and strafe us. Yeah. Oh, we don't even have to use Umbreon this turn. That's even better for us. Cool. So we're going to go ahead and go capture energy onto this Crobat. I think at this rate, we'd almost want to get more Houndours out so that we have access to powering up our Pokemon. I am going to go ahead and evolve into Houndooms. I think that Houndoom makes the world go rounds. So let's go ahead and Houndoom it up. We can get our extra energy here, so let's go Single Strike Roar. I don't want to really put the other one down. I don't think it's worthwhile. Like, maybe we won't be able to get it back, and let's just use it again. I think that's fine. Yeah, we still have 3 Urn of Vitality, so yeah, let's go ahead and power this up like that. It's funny that we're actually doing 180 with beatdown if we really wanted to. We're going to keep the Umbreon in our hand because we'd like to bring up this Rapid Strike, and and we're just going to go ahead here and retreat. So leaving our hand really basic, we're going to go beat down for a whole bunch of damage. That's going to be 360 because of weakness. And maybe we could even just go around their board and knock out their other things with beatdown. We might even be able to go Umbreon and bring up a Drizzile, or just they might feed us a Drizzile. Like they're gonna knock out 2 Pokemon. Are they gonna knock out Crobat and Houndour? Or how are they gonna make this happen? So we are gonna lose our Tower of Darkness. That's fine. Something had to give at some point, right? So our opponent's really set onto a very small timer. I don't think they'll be able to get around what we have to offer. To me, it looks like they're going to be knocking out a Crobat plus a Houndour. That's going to draw them 3 prize cards. We knock out a 3 prize card Pokemon, and then we're going to be like, cool, we're going to search for Urn of Vitality. They can't reset stamp us to 1 in this format. So the worst thing that they could do is play Marnie on a turn that they need to play Raihan to get them closer to drawing those prize cards. So that's where the matchup gets a little bit interesting for them. I guess we'll put it like that. I guess we really fail this matchup if we are unable to find Urn of Vitality. So that's really going to be our goal, is playing the Urn of Vitality deck searching game. And depending on what our opponent does here, that's really how we're going to react to them. If they just maybe hit our active and then hit our Crobat, maybe that's where things get a little bit awkward. I'm still unsure of what's the best way for us to play this out. It depends on what our opponent hits, right? We just want to make sure that we are safe from our opponent's options. And it depends if they're playing Raihan as well. Like, they don't have another Sobble down. They might just attack us with the Galarian Moltres V. We might be able to get things set up relatively quickly. So let's see the Pokemon that they're hitting the active. Okay. So this is going to get knocked out next turn. But they likely will not knock us out. Like, they'd have to knock out this and something else. So if they hit this for 120, I don't think they'll actually be able to do that. I think we can... I must want to bring up the Galarian Moltres and knock it out. But I don't think that's going to work out for us. Let's go ahead and just build up this Umbreon V. I'm going to attach an energy to it. I think that attaching to the Umbreon V sounds fine. How many Evolution Incense have we played? We really haven't played any, so I'm okay with that. Yeah, let's attach the Umbreon V, so we're set up there. Let's go ahead and go Marnie. I think Marnie sounds like a great plan. Let's lower our opponent's potential to attack. And our start, like, what we have going on here is not fantastic. So let's stop their Tower of Darkness, or their Tower of Waters with our Tower of Darkness, and try to draw some more cards. So again, we're really not getting the cards that we want because we need to find Urn of Vitality supporters in order to win this game, but we're also doing okay at the same point. So let's go for GMAX 1 blow and draw 3 prize cards. Because we're going to be doing, what, 350 damage. I don't want to put anything else down, although... yeah, let's just go GMAX 1 blow. Depending on what we draw, or if our opponent plays Marnie, we'll have options. So, Evolution Incense is fine. That does nothing. Research is really what we're looking for, because now we have an out to go Umbreon V, bringing up one of our opponent's Pokemon with the VMAX, and then we can maybe even attack with Houndour. We can attack with Umbreon VMAX. So if our opponent doesn't play Marnie, we likely have the win in hand because we can draw 9 cards, 10 cards next turn. We have 3 Urn of Vitalities in our deck, so we do have a lot of outs to get everything else out. As long as they just attack us with the Galarian Moltres, I'm feeling absolutely fine here. But you never know what your opponent has going on. Oh, they're just pitching. They're just failing the Surge. Interesting. Maybe they're playing a Crobat down? Okay, so they are playing Marnie. Again, we are searching for an Urn of Vitality or a supporter card. there's that Urn of Vitality. This does get us the win. So they have no way to affect us from getting win because they can't play Raihan here now. And we should just be absolutely vibing. They might not even be able to get the knockouts. Okay, so they are just going to go for the knockout for 190. And then we are able to just win the game. Whether or not we had the Umbreon VMAX or not, because we would have been able to do 200 damage here, even if we didn't get that. But Urn of Vitality allows us to win the game. So by our opponent playing Marnie, they did set us closer to getting the Urn of Vitalities in our deck. So let's go Urn. Get these back. And then, yeah, we'll just go for Single Strike Roar. 2 damage counters. Single Strike Roar. If this Pokemon has any damage, 80, 200. Yeah, so we're just going to go ahead and take the knockouts with Moonlight Blade. And that's how you win the game. So we were able to take over this Rapid Strike Urshifu deck relatively easily. And we got there. And that's what we got going on for this video today, peeps. Hopefully you enjoyed watching Single Strike Urshifu kind of combat itself in action. And it's one of those things where, you want to know what, this deck seems better than ever. Getting access to Umbreon VMAX really brings this deck to the next level, giving it kind of like a Buzz Rock vibe. If anyone played back then, one of the best decks in format. So totally, if you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up. Like really would help out the channel grow a little bit more. Subscribe to the channel. We're so close to 5,700. Let's get there. And let me know in the comments below what you think about this deck. So we'll totally see what's going on with this deck in the future. But this is what we got going on for now. I'm going to go edit this video, so I'll catch up with all y'all later. Peace out and have a wonderful day. I want to give a huge shout out to everyone who's become a channel member. It's one of those things where I appreciate every single person who watches my videos, and I mean, that's really where it counts, but for the channel members, they've gone out of their way to financially support me, and I truly appreciate that gesture. It's one of those things when I started channel memberships up on my channel, and I just didn't know if anyone was ever going to do it, so I truly appreciate everyone taking the plunge, taking a leap of trust, and investing in me as a content creator. Truly makes a difference for me each and every month. If you haven't already thought about becoming a channel member, you might want to contribute to the channel, and I do put everything back into the channel to make it the best possible place to watch for Pokemon TCG content. Again, I truly appreciate everyone. Thank you so much. Cheers. I truly appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. It means the world to me. And my goal with this channel is to spread my love of the game and knowledge with our entire Pokemon TCG community. If you haven't already, help signal boost this video to other Pokemon TCG fans by liking it, sharing it with your friends, and subscribing to the channel. Hopefully we reach our goals really soon. Check out this recommended video, and have yourself a great day. Thanks.